works. Hey, it's Daniel McNichols, obviously here with the videos talking about law of attraction. And today I'm going to talk about the law of one. So this concept just came through to me today. So just so you guys know, I'm not at home. So we in these videos, oh, that's so much better. So I wanted to get the last three to you before, so I know it's not in the same place, but that's why I'm doing it here. So I get the downloads from the videos the day of or the day before. So I can't, when we talk about the law of one, everything is interconnected. Everything is coming together. Everything is happening at the perfect time for the greater good of all. So sometimes when something does not manifest in your life when you want it, say you're like, I want a bunch of money now, but instead you're just like, well, no, we need you to work this job with these people because they really desire a loving person and you're the person that can do that. So we're going to put you in this job or put you in this place because everyone has desires. We're all matching those desires, right? We're all answering each other's prayers at all times. So from this state, we all are supporting each other. And in the law of attraction, knowing of the law of one, it's not that you're successful or not successful. The successful people need the people that run the fast food joint that they get their food at, if they go to fast food or the restaurant, just as much as the successful person is successful and they're not. The law of one, the idea is everyone is just as perfect exactly where they are. And this idea of comparison doesn't make sense because you need the tree as much as you need the fungus, as you need the ocean, as you need the fish, as you need the squirrel, as you need the person. So when we compare ourselves and think that what we want is what needs to happen right now, like it might not be actually what you want and you might actually need it somewhere else. So there's a lot of things going on in the universe and it's a computer program that's pleasing 3 billion people at once with all different desires. And we think that ours matters that much. And when we get to that point where we're like, that's basically you're using law of attraction from the ego standpoint. You're saying law of attraction, I want to get this Maserati, which is fine if you want it, and I need to get it by Thursday. Like it's very there's no doubt that's an egotistical way of looking at it. Law of one be like, I do desire Maserati. I really like cars, but it'll happen at the perfect time. And I know that everyone's coming together and our consciousness is all working together for the greater good of all. And I know that whatever's happening to me is in the highest good. Like when you're in that state, you're in the state of allowing. Then you're surrendered. Then you're not tired. Then you're not getting sick all the time. Because when you're in this ego state of wanting to get stuff like that, then you become neurotic. You become neurotic with the universe and you become like a child, like wanting the thing at the toy store. I mean, like, I want this. And the universe is like, no, not now. This is not the right time. And you're like, but I want this now. And the universe is like, no, it's not the right time. Like, we'll get it another day. And you're like, no, like you're becoming like this child that wants a toy, one that doesn't work. And it's not a mature place to be. A mature place to be spiritually would be like, whatever's happening to me is exactly what's supposed to be happening. I'm here for a reason. Thank you for putting me here. I know that I'm on my purpose path. And from that standpoint of knowing that, so this is like a fifth dimensional understanding of law of attraction, knowing that all exists, then you go on your highest possible path. So your life is already basically when you're born, someone it's like throwing a rock in the river. And I'm going to create this life of, say, Dan or Daniel. And you throw the rock in, and then the universe goes, you created it. But you created every path that your soul and your personality and your humanness could go on at once. So say in like the 1700s, when you threw the rock in, there was only a couple paths to go on, right, for your life. That's why it's easier to tell people's future 100 years ago. Now when you throw a rock in the river, you go, there's a lot of ripples, right? Every moment, but there's highest possible outcomes in each moment that have already been created. And I know this is a little confusing, but basically your life was already created based on you, how joyful you are. You go on different paths of that creation. It's like a video game, right? A video game's already created, or a board game, and it's created, but your choices in the game choose which path you go in on the game, but the game was already created and done before you came. So it's actually, there's free will within the predestination. It's both at the same time, but you want to use your joyfulness to track on a path that you enjoy. And this is the same with the earth, right? The more the earth is joyful and abundant and at peace, the better path the actual Earth goes on, because the Earth has its own timelines that it can go on. So by us anchoring our own peace and knowing everything's perfect and not fighting reality, which is what so many people do with their law of attraction, they're like, I'm going to change reality. Well, reality's already there. You flow with reality, right? No one says change reality. They say flow with it or create it. That's a totally different energy than control it and change, flow and create. See the difference? So I know that's all over the place, but again, it's hard for me to explain this in words because kind of a concept you have to feel. So the more you meditate, the more you do the Kai Legos, the more you do writing, whatever you do to connect with source, the more you're going to understand things. And then you're going to be putting them in words, and it's going to sound like you're going back and forth, but that's what all the best teachers do. So you're going to become that through connecting with yourself, connecting with source, and I'll see you in the next video before I rant forever.